Hey, we're up to track 55. I have 55 bits of audio on this. I'll have to... Well, I don't really need to check the space. It's kind of like a miracle the way it handles the space here. Even though the quality is pretty good, but they seem to take up a little space. Anyway, I may check anyway. I got 2 gigabytes space in here. I was in the garage this morning with Flo going through a box of books and things, and I picked up a book, The Epic of Gilgamesh, and inside I found a little photo of my father on a motorbike, and also, strangely, I suppose, I found the manual for this device. A little booklet giving all the instructions for this digital recorder. So there. Anyway, today is, of course, we're going to forget to give it the old signal today. Today is the 3rd of May. 1st of May was Friday, the 3rd of May is a Sunday, and it's a beautiful day today. As soon as I got up and went into the main living room, I could feel the wave of heat. It's really kind of back to the summer today. And I got up quite late, 2:30, and I think it's probably 3:30 maybe now. So the day may go quick. I'm in a walking humour, I think, today, so it is possible that I may put together some kind of music, and I head off to the Connemara again. Kind of in the humour to find some stuff to listen to that I haven't listened to for a while. This is because I took a box of tapes, and it's put me in a nostalgic mood. Flo and Tugo are in the garage. Tugo's not having a good day. I think he may have got stung or something. He's doing his I'm a dog having a nervous breakdown kind of routine. Flo's working on another sculpture that looks similar to the elongated ones we have at home. I can tell by looking at the way she's there and the music in the background. It's a very relaxing thing, sculpture. I think maybe that's one of its draws, you know. I think I prefer the painting, although I'm aware Flo can do, if she did smaller little objects, because she could pretty much do anything she put her mind to when it comes to sculpture. She's got the tools and she's got the know-how to be able to construct wonderful little things. Maybe I could say that to her. Little object from my desk. I like kind of small little things. I'm not a fan for elongated style of stuff. I can hear playing, can't see anything. Man, everything is so... Because we've had a lot of rain over the last few days, and now we've got this warm sunshine, everything is really green. So what did I do yesterday? I'm going through old tapes, needless to say, and I need to go through them. I need to go through the tapes some more, I think. I'm really looking to find any little bits of dialogue that may be there tapes. But the thing is, it's hard to go through a tape like Neil Young's Weld, for instance. I really don't want to listen to the whole. I don't want to listen to 45 minutes of that to find out if there's a piece of dialogue in it. And it's the same for certain other tapes. Although, honestly, I could, during the day, I could just let them run as I'm doing something else. That's for sure. Because I want to, for once and for all, I want to really put these tapes, this idea that there could be something hidden there, I want to put it to rest. And I also want to take certain tapes and just record over them. So that's what I was doing yesterday, and I was playing Transport Fever, and I managed to get a town reasonably, 3 towns, and two with plus 700, nearly 8, and one with 800. It could almost, that's maybe the best I felt I could do. With that. So, yeah. And you get your towns built up. I'm sure this game has more places it can go. Oh, listen to that wind. Because I was getting big skyscrapers in the city, one in each. And they were definitely different from the other buildings. So if I kept going, I believe I may have been able to grow the towns a little bit more. But I ran out of ideas, to be honest. I ran out of ideas, and then, like everything, it just gets extremely messy. You can't remember half the lines and what's going on in them. And so, as a joke, I just I sold off everything. It's very easy to do. You go into manage vehicles, and you can click at the top of each line and sell every vehicle, and then delete the line, and it's surprisingly quick. It's surprising how quickly you can do this, and basically take every single vehicle that you've bought. You can get rid of them all the buses, all the trucks, all the planes. And as soon as I did that and stopped the flow of goods coming into towns, all the big buildings started to disappear, and the population started to drop rapidly. And then I just decided, I'm gonna just put in one line so that I can pay my expenses, and so that I don't run out of money. I just had that thought. And so I went back to where it all started on that map, which was a train going from the granary to the food processing plant, and I put the train in, and I put a few trucks to collect the food. And then I realized, wow, you're up to 2018 here in the game, and you've got access to every new form of transport. And so I thought, wow, this might be fun going through the whole thing again, but now, instead of having a steam engine train taking building materials halfway across the map, I could have a super fast diesel or electric train. And instead of having a carriage that can carry 4 units at a time, I can have these trucks that can carry 36 units. 36 units. That's like 9 trucks, 9 carriages. So you get 4 of those trucks, and it's like 36 individual things. And so I started doing that, and I'm going to crack on with that tonight and see how it goes. The idea is that because I've got all the infrastructure in place, the other thing. All the roads are down, all the truck depots, the bus stops, the train depots, the truck, all those things are in place. So it's only a matter of going through the lines again and putting the most up-to-date trucks on them, and also putting the most up-to-date trains that now have tremendous pulling power. So I could pick one, I could have one train and it could have the capacity to take hundreds of goods. So I started that. The only thing is I started slow. I had a train going to grain stations. The stations are not really producing the grain fast enough to fill the train. But I'm going to go at that because I've never done that. It's just another interesting scenario to play around with. And maybe with this system, the fact that you don't have to use as many trucks, maybe I can try and increase the towns up over, I think 850 or something was the maximum population I had. Maybe I can get it over that. And the idea is to try and keep an eye on things. So with the bus line I've got from one town to another, I'd really like to see what bus stops are full and what are empty, and try and really get as many buses to that bus stop that's full. Quite a few people walking around today. I can see them crossing. Some kind of middle-aged man like myself, topless. And I did have a few people dressed in brightest white walking around. And another guy, I guess, that's topless. Why not? It's a Sunday, it's a beautiful day. And it's the 3rd of May. It's going to be a strange year. I have kind of moved from thinking I'll be quite glad to get back to work and everything, and because of the nature of that work when we start, well, to be honest, maybe that's going to be an interesting factor, but there's also the added sense of risk, because it's possible, Flo may be dealing with people that are coming in from who knows where in France, if it's like June, July. So anyway, as I'm walking here today, and it's kind of new, I realize I'm not really looking forward to going back at all. I think I'd be quite happy for this to roll on. Obviously I'm not saying I want people to get sick or anything. I hope that starts dropping everywhere, but I'd be quite content to stay put here till the end of the summer. Be quite content, I think, to just carry on doing this for the next few months. The time's going pretty well. April flew by. Is that guy looking for something? Looks like a young guy. Just a thought struck me. Maybe he was here yesterday with his friends and they were drinking and smoking. And he lost that Zippo lighter that he's had all his life. Can you imagine if I met the guy and I said that to him? And he was like, my God, how did you know that? That's exactly what I'm doing. That'd be the weird intuition that it's, as Jung was explaining, I found that very interesting. He was saying extroverts that really go with their intuition. They're the guys that back horses and the guys that go to the casinos. And they win a lot of money gambling. It's a very useful gift because they just trust their judgment. They get a feeling about stuff and they go with it and it works. But the very introverted version of that, of people that have that intuition, is a much more bizarre thing. It's when someone meets a stranger for the first time and they just say things. And the stranger is left kind of shocked because it's almost like this person knows them. Of course, the intuitive introverted person is not really aware of any of that. They're just saying stuff they feel. I can hear more young people. How do I know the young people? Because there's a screeching girl. And young people, according to young people, there's always a screeching girl. It seems to be part of growing up. I'm coming to the electricity pylon now, heading back. But I'm going to have the wind in my face. Where did those two people with the bright white garments go? Did they turn around? Looks like this. Not something I've given much thought to, but when this is over and people are supposed to go back to work, the sense of security that I have now might not be so great. I'd be worried. I can kind of stay away, but I'd be worried if flow catches something. And of course, if flow catches something, I'm going to catch it. I haven't thought of that. It's one of the reasons why there is a certain sense of safeness. I feel safe with this current routine. I get up in the mornings. Flo doesn't go very far either, so we both kind of stay around. We both go for a walk to the river here. We're both safe when we're here. That's the sense of it. But as soon as we break that and start to go back to work, Flo starts meeting other people. A table of four come in and we don't know who they are. And one person starts coughing. All of a sudden you don't know. The only good thing, like I was saying to Flo, is that there's such a strong awareness of this disease now that if anybody did start coughing, you'd jump back. I think you'd literally jump back. And then when that table had went, Flo would be scrubbing the table as if the person had kind of physically thrown up over the place. So that might keep us safe. Well, some other thing that comes to mind, I remember yesterday I found this beautiful tape and it's one of those ones that Techmoan would describe as the top tapes. It's like a Sony metal, I think it's 90-minute tape. And there's different types of tapes. I think there's 3 different types. Don't ask me to say which, but the ones that we normally use, the cheaper ones, are not the best. But the metal ones are expensive, but they have the best sound. And on a lot of equipment from the 80s, there's a button that should flick if you're using these metal tapes. I didn't have that button on the little recorder I use because it's a cheap recorder. And so when I recorded the stuff, it sounds very low. It's like the volume has turned down very low for it. But when you put it in and listen to the headphones, you can hear it okay, and it is a better quality of tape. And the really good thing is it was just one of those afternoons that I taped Larry Gogan. And Larry Gogan is running down the top 20 from the 20th of September 1978, which is so cool. That's pretty much exactly to the week that I started writing on the Red Diary. It would be the month that I started going to the academy, and I think it may well be the 18th of September when I made the entry about just finished my first week, or my second week in the academy. And so on this tape, I managed to get an hour of all these songs, and I managed to just as well, it's kind of miraculous that we got to the last song, number 1 on that particular week, which was Dreadlock Holiday, 10cc. And the tape just ran out as we were recording that song, so we got the whole program. And there were 3 songs from Grease. You're the One That I Want, Summer Nights, and Grease. Such a long time ago. That's when Martina was in love with John Travolta. Like every other girl on the planet, I think, at a certain age at that point. I never saw the movie. I wish I'd gone to see it. God, you really wonder how much would that change things if I'd seen that movie. I could only have liked it. I mean, it's just such a cool movie. For some reason I had a resistance to going and seeing it. I just thought at the time, I don't want to see that, it's a stupid musical. But if I'd gone, well, if I have to do it all again, Martina, I'll tell you next time I'll go. And I won't shoot your poster with the ring gun like I did in a moment of madness. It's just as well I was never given real weapons. Anyway, I think I'm going to switch off. I've got 24 minutes and the wind is in my face, which means it's probably messing up the audio. Till next time.